Mira Business FM, your daily guide to the markets, money, and more.
Mira Business FM, the morning drive, talking gold now with Jeff Rhodes, and I'm umming because Jeff, it's so hard to know where to start. Do you know, I'll just tell you how I plan our discussions. So what I do is I read your reports, and I read them whenever you send them, and they're daily. And I think, oh, that's interesting. I'll ask Jeff about that, and then I'll ask Jeff about this. And I keep like a record. And last night I thought, okay, I know what I'm going to ask you about. I've got a theme, and it's going to be really interesting. And then I come in this morning, and I think, the theme's out of the window. Have you ever seen anything like this? Never, I guess.
No, never.
Yeah.
I have been through a market in my early career, started in 1978. At that time, silver went from $2 to $50 in 2 years.
Which was unheard of.
Yeah, unheard of.
Yeah.
Just unheard of. Then, having got to $50 in January 1980, by March, 2 months later, it was back at $10. And I always thought that kind of volatility I would never see.
Yeah.
Right. Now, I've been watching this market. This week is the most volatile week's trading in my entire 40 years in the bullion market. It's just incredible. And even myself, I was like, I had to get up in the middle of the night just to check the numbers to see. I thought I was dreaming, actually. Gold went from an all-time high of 5,602 in a blink of an eye to just about 5,100. It went back to 5,500 and back to 5,100. And all this time, silver is going between 106 and an all-time high of about just above $121.
Yeah.
And, Tim, when we were talking back a bit, and I'd had this view that we would get to $125 an ounce for silver, I think you looked to me as I had two heads. And I feel as I've got three today because it's just amazing. I've never seen anything like it. It needs to calm down.
That's the point, isn't it? And you're absolutely right. You predicted $125 for silver. You've since upped that to $150 this year. I'm wondering what you're going to up that to with the way this is going. It's $150. Yeah. And I did think, no. And then I've eaten my words, as I generally do with you. Why so volatile?
I think what's happened that suddenly gold, particularly gold and silver, are grabbing the global financial headlines. And whereas people like myself and people here in Dubai, very, very, they understand the gold market here generally. And so that market has been a very controlled market. You know where you stand. It's very solid.
Yeah.
What's happened that with all the headlines, money is being attracted into gold, investment money into gold was never really there before. And as I was just saying off air, for example, if $100 million goes into US Treasuries, that's fine. I mean, that's just normal. $100 million going into gold.
That's not even a blip, is it? That's
$100 million into gold. They're big numbers. And the big investment funds have turned their sights onto gold and silver because of what they're doing. I feel myself, it's to the detriment of the real market. The real market is the jewelry sector. You've got gold miners, and then you've got gold jewelers, and those two, from mine to shop front and being sold here. It's a fantastic market, but the volumes coming in are making it difficult for the trade. I mean, if you're a jeweler and you've taken finance from the bank to run your business, and that finance gives you 100 kilos, then gold goes up 50%. The facility from the bank is now only worth 50 kilos. Yeah. But you need 100 kilos for your business. And then the bank increases your facility, but then suddenly it doubles again and then halves. I mean, this volatility for the real trade, for the jewellery sector, is not good. I was talking early this morning, as I normally do, sort of 5 o'clock, to a very close friend of mine, a major force in the jewellery sector, and he was saying it's just so difficult to manage this kind of price volatility when you're trying to run a jewellery business.
And these are not the things that the people who invest in gold are considering in any way, shape, or form.
All they care about is where it was and where it's going.
Exactly right.
And good luck to them. I'm glad it's here. I'd like to see it calm down. I really would like a period of consolidation, then go higher. I think, I've said it 3 or 4 times, I think the correction is on its way. I do. Where does that take us? About 4,600, between 4.6 and 4.4. Now, at the start of the year, at 4.6, you would have said that would have been a good move for January, because we ended around 4,300 at the end of last year.
That's right.
So a move to 4,600 would be seen as pretty good, but not 5,600. You know, where did that come from? And I don't think we'll see. I mean, every time I think it's done enough, it then goes a bit more and goes a bit more.
Well, it was less than 2 weeks ago. We were saying, 45, 52 next week. We had
we did
almost a wager, and
you won, Tim.
That wasn't a win, I tell you. That was just picked out of nowhere. But it's just remarkable. I had to throw out most of my notes because I came in this morning and I thought that looks pretty dang close to a correction to me. Even overnight.
I mean, in an intraday, it was 10%.
Well, exactly, yeah. This is your report, end of last week. So I'm making notes over the week, as I said. So, and your quote, and I think this is pretty much bang on at the moment. Trying to pick a top in gold is akin to standing in front of a runaway train, you said.
I did.
That's exactly what it is. And that's as you expected gold to hit 5,000.
Yeah.
And of course, here we are. 5,000, what is it? 52.20. It's around about there
the
at the moment.
was yesterday 5,600.
5,602. It's obviously a bit less today.
Where to from here?
Yeah, well, that's the only question.
Where to from here?
Yeah.
I do think we're going to have a period of consolidation. It may be that we consolidate between 5,000 and 5,500. That would not be the biggest shock, but the market would be better off to see a deeper correction. And those people who thought they'd missed the boat will be able to come in. And I do think there are a lot of people on the sidelines looking to come in to dips, including myself. And silver, I think, silver is not going down that much. I think maybe $90. And remember, my original target was 60, and that was way beyond that. Yeah. Now, I do think 150, but I would like to see $90 silver. I'd like to see around 4,500 gold. I think that would be a good base to come in. I mean, listen, people listening, I don't give investment advice. I'm not an investor. No. Simply a trader, and these are my own thoughts. 4,500 would be very nice. For me, $90 would be very nice. And then we'll see a strong Q4. I could see it very easily, this massively impressive Q1 already. Consolidation Q2 and 3, certainly in the summer you normally get quieter markets. Then as you get into the last quarter of the year, I think we'll probably have Donald Trump coming back and saying whatever he says. We'll see what goes on. But I think, as I say, while we've got Trump was the biggest gift ever to the precious metals industry. Certainly gold and silver. Yeah.
And I mean, you've consistently said that. Yeah. The quote is, Trump is good for gold.
Trump is good for gold.
Copyright Jeff Rhodes 2025. That for me. All right, so look, still 6,500 is your high for gold. That's unchanged, but you'd like to see 4,500 or
I would
so,
like to see it.
Yeah. Silver. $100, 110,
121.
100 well, exactly. That's, 125 you said last year. Pah! I say to you,
Yeah, yeah. Is that all?
Yeah. Can you not do a bit better than that?
I'll try. I'll do. I'll do my best.
It's remarkable, though.
It is
Again.
remarkable. Have a look at the chart. It reminds you of Burj Khalifa. We should actually name this the Burj Khalifa chart. Silver is the Burj Khalifa.
There have been a few euphemisms that I think we've introduced relatively successfully, akin to standing in front of a runaway train. I like very much. I like the bumper cars thing because we are bumper cars at the moment.
Yeah.
Burj Khalifa for silver, that works for me.
Yeah, that works, doesn't it?
So it's also a good. That should be the tourist shops, where you get the fridge magnets and the silver Burj Khalifas. There's something in that.
Should be. Actually, the Burj Khalifa in silver.
Yeah.
You do know that at the recent Dubai Precious Metals Conference in November, they unveiled the biggest ever.
That's right.
Silver bar. What is it? A ton?
I think it was a bit more than that. No, I remember that. Yeah, it was huge. It was the width of like 4 people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, what do you expect for silver then?
Silver, as I say, I'd like. Again, this is my wish on my wish list. Is a correction back to around $90, $90 to $80, and then it remains. I think latter end of the year, we're seeing silver at 150. And generally, the trend for silver will be up because things have happened recently that are really interesting and very important. We know that China has always had silver held as a strategic metal. The US has joined China as actually telling the world that silver is really important to them. It's a strategic metal, and therefore that underpins the silver price. That we've never had that before, and we've never had central banks buying silver. But it looks as though instead of central banks, we've got governments buying silver. So I think that there's an official sector in silver now that we never had before. And that official sector is looking at silver because it can be used for so many industrial applications, unfortunately, including armaments.
Okay, so a strong future.
A strong future
That's
for
what
silver.
you're saying. Okay.
Yes.
Platinum. Record I saw on Monday, just under $3,000. I haven't followed platinum this week.
Come off. And platinum and palladium have both had a sort of fairly tough day yesterday. Platinum is off the highs. Palladium never got to an all-time high, but that's also under pressure. So the PGMs, as we speak, are under pressure. Very different dynamics. Platinum and palladium, very different to gold and silver are monetary metals. Silver is monetary and industrial. Gold is monetary. Silver is industrial and monetary. Platinum is really industrial and jewelry. Palladium is more like crude. It behaves more like crude than a precious metal, actually.
Okay.
It's much more linked to the auto sector and energy in general.
There's a story I wanted to bring up with you, and I know you've been discussing this this week, and we're not off topic. It was a headline. I'm looking at Time Out magazine, actually, and it's the world's first gold street is coming to Dubai. The byline for that was, well, not the byline, but the subheading was, "It doesn't get more Dubai than this." But the thing is, I can see this. Dubai, the city of gold, the gold souk is a great tourist attraction. It's something I think it's one of those things that you have to tick off.
You do.
To go across, you get on the Abra, go across the creek and go into the gold souk and the spice souk and have a look through because it's an amazing sight.
It is.
That kind of golden aura that you see as you go in. But a whole street in gold is another level.
But it is. I think it's such a great marketing kind of coup.
It's a stroke of genius.
It is a stroke of genius because, of course, we've had the gold souk in Dira there since the 1960s, I guess, probably before, but that would even before my time. But that really dates back, and the buildings all dating back to that kind of time. And I remember talking about the Dira gold souk, the gold souk itself, some time ago with a client of mine. And the key money, to have an office in the souk, you had to rent it, but you had to pay for the key.
Yeah.
And that key money, I mean, massive. It was the most expensive real estate in Dubai. But that was always there. And then in the last 4 or 5 years, they've built like a new gold souk alongside the gold souk.
Yeah.
So it's really great. And then the concept of taking all of that and calling it the Dubai Gold District and creating a street actually that would be literally paved with gold, rather than the streets paved with. There will be certainly gold in that street, and it will be a must-see for any visitors to this part of the world, and certainly to Dubai. A visit to Dubai's Gold District will be absolutely essential. Let me ask you a question. I like kind of turning things on you a bit, Tim.
Yeah, go on.
So Deira's, the gold souk in Deira at the moment, as we know it today, how much gold, the value of gold that you could see held in that very small part of Dubai?
Okay. Well, it's not a huge area. It's not that many streets. Doesn't take you that long to go around it.
There are 3 gates into the souk itself.
Yeah, I mean, in a couple of hours you could cover pretty much and look in all the shops, and it's well worth it. Sit and have a cup of tea, just looking at some of the windows with belts of gold and some of the chains. I mean, it's amazing. I'm not particularly a lover of gold as a metal. I don't wear it, but I'm completely with you. A value? It's a lot of how long is a piece of string questions the last couple of days on this radio station. It's got to be in the billions.
You are in the billions.
We're in the billions. 5.
Good guess. Good
guess, but wrong.
No, you're actually,
Near?
when you look at the actual amount of gold, probably around 6 billion.
Is it really?
But that is just the value of the gold. That's not including the making charges. That's not including diamonds.
Sure. That's just if you weighed.
Yeah. So for me, it's $10 billion. $10 billion
in a small.
That's like the square mile, really. It's unbelievable. And how big is this going to be, Tim? I mean, this is without any investment into it, really. So when you've got the Dubai Gold District, I would have thought the target was in the $100 billion worth of gold, silver, diamonds, jewelry. I reckon the target is 100 billion.
Well, if you look at the track record of Dubai, when a district appears or a free zone appears, or the idea is obviously growth.
Yeah.
So that it wouldn't be a surprising target.
Where in the world? This is the most amazing country and cities in the world, Abu Dhabi and Dubai. And, I'm a great lover of Ras Al Khaimah. I think Ras Al Khaimah, Sharjah, Al Quain, Ajman,
Well, you live that way, don't you?
Yeah, I do. I live in Iraq.
Yeah.
And I just think it's the most amazing part of the world. And also, if you go down onto the creek, this side of the creek, and you'll see so many denominations of religion in the same street. You've got Catholic, Roman, Church of England. You've got the Muslim temples. You got Hindu temple. You got Muslim.
You got mosques.
Yeah, mosques.
You're right. Absolutely.
All in the same street. And when you have the call to prayers and the church bells ringing at the same time, that for me highlights exactly what this place is. It's the most friendly, peaceful, and also vibrant and fantastic markets growing. I don't think you could go anywhere else in the world and say what you can say about the UAE.
And everybody likes gold.
And everyone likes gold.
Yeah, that's
and silver, Tim. Don't forget. Silver.
Sorry. I know. I'm
3-digit silver.
No poor cousin of silver here. Do you know anything else about this kind of gold street? I mean, I'm picturing. I in my mind, I can picture it. There aren't really any details.
No, it's been kept close to their chest. Really.
Right. Okay.
I was asked this the other day, did I? Because obviously I'm kind of fairly well connected in the market. No, it's very coy.
Okay, so there's no the stories that
it's going to be whatever it's going to be. You know, it's going to be the biggest and the best.
you know it's going to be shiny. It's certainly an Instagram moment, that's for sure, isn't it?
Yeah.
We haven't got time to talk about how scientists are mimicking the Big Bang to turn lead into gold.
Thank goodness for that.
I know. So
I'm not looking forward to that.
No, we'll leave that. It's not. This is not viable on any kind of scale. This is not China gold that you brought to the table.
Mind you, Tim, the way gold is going, maybe some of these really out there ideas could become financially doable.
You make a good point.
So where it's heading,
Yeah.
When gold's $10,000, which at some point it will be, while I'm still around, I'm sure. So $10,000, I mean, that is incredible. That really is.
Well, the way things are at the moment, not the biggest of surprises.
I've asked you this question before. What was the most ridiculous decision ever made by any politician anywhere in the world in your lifetime? There's lots of. There's lots.
There's a club.
Particularly led by Donald. Now going back to Mr. Brown. Mr. Brown, our Prime Minister, Gordon Brown, who flogged about 600 tonnes worth of UK's gold at the fine price of $286. And that program ended in the summer of 2001. So not that long ago.
No.
You could have built a new Great Britain just with the gold if he'd have kept it.
Do you know, the thing is, though, to take the counter view, hindsight's a wonderful thing, but you make a good point.
It was never hindsight. Everyone around him said no, particularly the Bank of England said, don't do it, Gordon. Or if you do it differently. Yeah, no.
That's a fairly catastrophic mistake, isn't it?
Yeah, it was catastrophic.
Yeah. All right, then. I think we've got a few things off our respective chests this morning, Jeff. Yeah. I do. Who knows what it's going to be next week? I have no idea, but I look forward to seeing you.
Thank you.
Next Friday. Jeff Rhodes, CEO of Goldstrom Advisory. It's Mira Business FM.